Right, welcome everyone. I'm Rajneesh Gupta. I'm cybersecurity expert and I build open source security solutions for multiple organizations. With me, I have Jamin Patak. He's the lead instructor at HexCamp. This is the mock interview series. But before we go ahead, make sure you subscribe the channel. And if you are already an existing subscriber, make sure you press the bell icon so that you get notified the moment we publish a new video. Okay. The process will be similar. I'll be the interviewee. Jemin will be the interviewer. He will ask me certain question. I'll answer him. He may ask some counter questions as well. Okay. At the end of the video, we may have some pro tips or detailed explanation. So let's get started. Hi, Jamin. How are you?
I'm good, Rajneesh. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much for having me here.
You're welcome. So let's get started with my first question.
Sure.
How to do port scanning and which tool is mostly used for that?
Well, port scanning is basically it is probing or sending a probe signal to the target server devices, anything. It could be router, switches, desktop, or server to detect or discover any open ports or the services or application running on those ports, and then finding the potential vulnerabilities based on that. Okay, so the popular tool which is used for this, very very popular, and I used it very often. It's Nmap tool, and it's actually inbuilt with the Kali Linux. But if you want to use it on the Ubuntu or Windows, we can install it directly as well. The command is also very straightforward. We just have to use type nmap space, and then we have to specify type of scan that we want to go for, and then we can also specify the port on which we want to send the probe. So for that, we can do minus or hyphen p and the port number, and then we just have to specify the target IP address or the domain name. So there are a lot of customization available. That's the beauty of Nmap. We can also specify the time restriction, and there's an option of NSC script as well. So yeah, so that's what the Nmap is. Yeah.
Okay, got it. So, Rajneesh, do you know about TCP SYN Scan and Connect Scan?
Yeah, I know about it. Yeah.
So, what is the difference between both, between them? I mean,
Okay. Basically, SYN scan is like half open session attack, or in a way, when I say attack, that means attackers use it to form any kind of a DDoS attack. But penetration tester or as an ethical hacker, we can also use it by Nmap tool. So what happened is, both of this type of scan, the SYN scan and the scan, uses the concept of TCP three-way handshake, where when we look at the TCP three-way handshake, the client first send the SYN packet to the server, which is just like a request packet that, hey server, listen, I want to talk to you. Um, and the next, the server acknowledge this and also add its own send flag as well, send message as well, you could say. So this becomes send and act, and finally the client acknowledge the send sent by the server by message called act. So the send, synac, and act completes the three-way handshake. When we talk about the SYN scan, okay, when we talk about the TCP SYN scan, it is quick because in this case the client just send the send packet. The server reply with the synac, but the client will not send any acknowledgement. So it will keep the session open. It will not complete the session. When I say client, it means the we as an ethical hacker. So that's very quick. If you want to have a very quick scan, very stealth scan that nobody knows, so TCP SYN scan is very popular on those situations. On the other side, if we talk about TCP Connect Scan, it uses the complete three-way handshake. It, being an ethical hacker, if you run the scan from the client machine, it will send the send, the server will send the SYN, then you finally send the act. You complete the three-way handshake, and after the full scan, you get to know that okay, the port is open or not. I mean, at the end, the purpose is same. We want to find out if that specific port is open or not on TCP or UDP, whatever it is. But the approach is different. TCP Connect Scan is more reliable because it completes the entire session, but it is slightly risky as well because you are completing the entire session. So firewall or advanced security solution can easily detect it, that there's no packet, there's no payload after the complete session. So it's possibly a reconnaissance or active scanning done by any attackers or something like this, right? But SYN Scan is very popular because it's very fast and it's stealthy in nature as well. That's makes the job of an ethical hacker, comfortable as well. So that's the difference between both of them. Yeah.
Tell me, have you ever used NS scripts?
Yes, I have used that. Yeah.
Okay. Then can you tell me about any two script that you used?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've used many related to HTTP, but the one which I used, uh, I think it's popular one as well. There's one NSC script which is VULN. So this is vulnerability script. So that includes multiple subcategories. That's very specific to identifying list of all the CVEs and vulnerabilities in the system, servers, and hardware as well. So it has used the list of all CVE under it, and we can execute this NSC script by writing nmap hyphen hyphen script and then vuln, and then we can specify the target IP address. Okay, so and we can also specify a specific we can also use a specific vulnerability script as well, but when we run the vuln, it will run all the it will perform all the vulnerability scanning. Okay, the second one is the http title. This is also something which I used. uh, it's basically the script basically fetch the title of the http web server, and will give us the information about what are the metadata, and it extract the title of the web server, and we can possibly get some sensitive information as well. Again, if we want to execute it, we can just type the nmap hyphen hyphen script http hyphen title. That's the name of the script, and then we can enter the web server name. So yeah, these are the two which I personally used. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah, so this is all I have for today's questions.
Sure. Thank you so much, German. Now it's time for a detailed explanation. But before we go ahead, just wanted to give you some pro tips. Make sure you are very confident about Nmap script and command. Make sure you have actually personally executed those commands before you start answering these questions. Okay, you have to be very comfortable with TCP three-way handshake. Make sure you are comfortable with the TCP three-way handshake and a little bit on the OSI model as well. Now let's get into the detailed explanation. Um, Let me share my screen. Perfect. Yeah. So this is the Kali Linux, and on which we have Nmap running currently. You can just type Nmap, or and the moment you type nmap, you will see everything. Or else you can just do the minus minus help as well, and then you will find almost the similar output. This will give you a list of all the commands that you can execute. Target specification, you can exclude some of the host. You can list all the system in this network. You can perform the pin scan. You can actually skip the host to discovery without sending them ping scan or something. There are different scan techniques available. This is something which we just discussed, which is minus ss. indicates this SYN scan. Okay, minus ST indicates the TCP scan. Then there are other options available. SA is the acknowledgement scan. Then we have Windows scan. Then we have Manon scan. Uh, Mammon scan, and then we have UDP scan. There are multiple scans available. If I just want to show you some of the example of it, I have a host. So what I can do is I can run the SYN scan. So small s, capital S, and then the target system. Okay, 175. If you hit enter, it will tell you that only one port is open. This one, right? So this will give you the idea. Port 22 on TCP is open. Now you can also run the version scan as well. I can just say, I want to run a version scan. So it will give me the idea what software or what applications are running on those open ports. So because SSH is the only open ports available, this is running because of Open SSH package which is being installed on the Ubuntu server. And you can also find out what version of OpenSSH is running. It is 8.2 P1. So if you are an ethical hacker and you want to find out how we can exploit this Ubuntu server for finding any weaknesses in the system, you can go to Google or exploit DB and search if there's any vulnerability available, CVE available or exploit available for this OpenSSH version. Okay, so that's how the penetration testing or vulnerability scanning is being executed. All right, so I hope you got it. This is me, Rajneesh, with Jamin Patak. Bye for now.